I am telling about for this coin 2014 10 pence coin of the United Kingdom featuring Queen Elizabeth II. The history of the 2014 10 pence coin. United Kingdom. The 10 pence coin is one of the most familiar and widely used denominations of British currency. First introduced in 1968 as part of the United Kingdom's transition to decimalization, the coin has undergone multiple changes in design, size, and appearance. The 2014 issue of the 10 pence coin, bearing the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, represents a fascinating chapter in this story. To understand its history, one must explore not only the technical aspects of the coin itself, but also the broader historical, cultural, and political contexts in which it was produced. This narrative will trace the evolution of the 10 pence coin leading up to 2014, the design changes over time, the reign of Queen Elizabeth II as reflected on the nation's coinage, and the role that the 2014 coin played in both everyday commerce and modern numismatics. Background: the United Kingdom and decimalization. Pre-decimal currency. Before decimalization in 1971, the British monetary system was based on pounds, shillings, and pence. The system, though traditional, was notoriously complex. 1 pound was equal to 20 shillings, and each shilling was worth 12 pence, giving a total of 240 pence to the pound. This system had roots stretching back centuries, but by the mid-20th century it was considered outdated, especially as international trade and financial integration demanded simpler systems. The road to decimalization discussions about modernizing the currency began long before the 1970s, but it was under Harold Wilson's government in the 1960s that plans were formalized. The Decimal Currency Act of 1969 provided the legislative foundation for decimalization. In anticipation, certain decimal coins were introduced in 1968, including the 5 pence and 10 pence coins. The 10 pence coin introduced in 1968 was equal to 2 shillings, making the transition easier for the public to understand. When Decimalization Day, D-Day, arrived on February 15, 1971, the public was already accustomed to handling the coin, the 10 pence coin. 1968 to 2014, the large 10 pence. 1968 to 1992. The first 10 pence coins were large, silver-colored pieces made of cupronickel. They featured Arnold Mackin's portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and a crowned lion on the reverse, designed by Christopher Ironside. For over 2 decades, this large coin circulated widely and became a symbol of decimal Britain. The smaller 10 pence, 1992 to 2008, by the early 1990s, the large 10 pence coin was seen as impractical. On September 30, 1992, the size of the 10 pence coin was reduced, aligning it more closely with other world currencies and making it easier to handle. The smaller coin retained the same reverse design, the crowned lion, and the same cupronickel composition. Redesign of 2008 inches 2008. A significant redesign of UK coins was undertaken under the direction of the Royal Mint. Matthew Dent's new design incorporated elements of the Royal Shield, distributed across various denominations. The 10 pence coin was assigned the second quarter of the shield, showing a section of the lion rampant from the royal arms. This change modernized the appearance of British coins while emphasizing national heritage. The 2014 10 pence coin. Design and features. The 2014 10 pence coin belongs to the post-2008 Shield series and reflects both continuity and innovation in UK coinage. Obverse. Queen Elizabeth II. The obverse of the 2014 coin features Ian Rank Broadley's portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which had been in use since 1998. Rank Broadley's design is notable for its realism and maturity. Unlike earlier portraits, which often softened the Queen's features, his version presents a dignified and accurate likeness of a monarch in her 70s and 80s. Around the portrait are the inscriptions: Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith 2014, the year of issue. Reverse. The royal shield. On the reverse, Matthew Dent's heraldic shield design is displayed. For the 10-pence coin, this corresponds to the upper left quarter of the shield, containing the lion rampant of Scotland. When placed together with other denominations from 1p to 50p, the shield appears whole, symbolizing unity within the United Kingdom. Technical specifications: metal: copper-nickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel. Weight: 6.5 grams. Diameter: 24.5 mm. Shape: circular, with milled edges. Minting authority: the Royal Mint. Historical context of 2014 Britain. In 2014, the year 2014 was marked by important national events and discussions in the UK. Economically, Britain was recovering from the global financial crisis, with debates over austerity, growth, and economic strategy dominating headlines. Politically, the year was significant for the Scottish independence referendum, held in September 2014. The coin's reverse design, with its heraldic symbol of Scotland, carried unintended but poignant relevance during that year. The monarchy in 2014. By 2014, Queen Elizabeth II had been on the throne for over 62 years, making her the longest-serving monarch in British history at that point. She continued to play a central role in national identity, with her image appearing on every coin, banknote, and stamp in the United Kingdom. The 2014 10-pence coin, therefore, represents not just currency but also the enduring symbolism of Elizabethan stability and continuity. Symbolism of the design: the heraldic lion rampant of Scotland is a powerful symbol of Scottish identity and heritage. This presence on the 10-pence coin in 2014 carried layered meanings. On one hand, it was a straightforward part of the shield of the royal arms. On the other, in a year when the question of Scottish independence was put directly to the people, its presence reminded citizens of Scotland's integral place within the United Kingdom. The coin thus reflected both tradition and contemporary political realities, making it a subtle but important artifact of the time. Production and circulation: the Royal Mint in Llantrisant, Wales, produced the 2014 10-pence coin. Tens of millions of pieces were struck for circulation, ensuring that the coin was widely available in everyday use. Unlike commemorative issues, the 2014 10-pence was a standard circulation coin, designed to facilitate commerce rather than to mark a special occasion. However, its widespread distribution means that it became part of the daily lives of millions of Britons. Numismatic value and collectability: the coin thus reflected both tradition and contemporary political realities, making it a subtle but important artifact of the time. Production and circulation: the Royal Mint in Llantrisant, Wales, produced the 2014 10-pence coin. Tens of millions of pieces were struck for circulation, ensuring that the coin was widely available in everyday use. Unlike commemorative issues, the 2014 10-pence was a standard circulation coin, designed to facilitate commerce rather than to mark a special occasion. However, its widespread distribution means that it became part of the daily lives of millions of Britons. Numismatic value and collectability: from a numismatic perspective, the 2014 10-pence coin is not considered rare. Large numbers were produced, and most survive in circulation. However, collectors often seek out coins in uncirculated or proof condition. The Royal Mint also issued annual proof sets in 2014, which included pristine examples of the 10-pence coin. These sets are valued by collectors not only for their beauty but also for their ability to capture a snapshot of the UK's circulating coinage in a given year and in the long term. The coin may hold additional value as part of the broader narrative of Queen Elizabeth II's coinage, especially as her reign came to an end in 2022. Coins from her later reign are increasingly studied for their historical significance, cultural, and everyday significance. The 10-pence coin is a small denomination but plays an important role in everyday transactions. In 2014, it was commonly used for vending machines, public telephones, where they still operated, parking meters, and small purchases. Its size, weight, and value made it practical and convenient. Beyond commerce, the coin also played a role in teaching children about money, serving as an entry point for young people to understand the basics of currency, saving, and spending. Comparisons with earlier and later issues. Earlier issues compared to the original large 10 pence coin of 1968. The 2014 version is much smaller, lighter, and more modern in appearance. The crowned lion design of Ironside had given way to the more abstract and symbolic shield design of Dent, reflecting broader changes in artistic styles and national identity. Later issues. In 2015, the portrait of the Queen on UK coins was changed to the fifth definitive portrait, designed by Jody Clark. This made the 2014 10 pence coin the last full year of circulation to bear the Ian Rank Broadley portrait. For collectors, this fact adds a small but notable point of interest. Legacy of the 2014 10 pence coin. The 2014 10 pence coin embodies several overlapping legacies. 1. A legacy of monarchy. It reflects Queen Elizabeth II's extraordinary reign and her role as the central figure of modern Britain. 2. A legacy of unity, with the Lion Rampant of Scotland. It symbolized the shared heritage of the United Kingdom at a politically sensitive moment. 3. A legacy of modern design. The royal shield motif represents a 21st century approach to coinage design, moving away from isolated motifs to interconnected symbols. 4. A legacy of everyday life. Above all, the coin served millions of people daily, linking national history with personal experience. The 10 pence coin of 2014 may seem ordinary at first glance, but its story is deeply woven into the fabric of British history and identity. It represents continuity from the decimalization reforms of the late 1960s, artistic change with the adoption of the shield design in 2008, and the enduring symbolism of Queen Elizabeth II's monarchy. In 2014, the coin circulated in the United Kingdom, debating its future, especially in relation to Scotland. Its heraldic design thus took on contemporary resonance while still reflecting centuries of tradition. Today, it stands as a testament to the power of coinage, not only as a medium of exchange but also as a mirror of national identity, history, and unity. Compared to the original large 10 pence coin of 1968, the 2014 version is much smaller, lighter, and more modern in appearance. The crowned lion design of Ironside had given way to the more abstract and symbolic shield design of Dent, reflecting broader changes in artistic styles and national identity. Later issues. In 2015, the portrait of the Queen. The obverse of the 2014 coin features Ian Rank Broadley's portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which had been in use since 1998. Rank Broadley's design is notable for its realism and maturity. Unlike earlier portraits, which often softened the Queen's features, his version presents a dignified and accurate likeness of a monarch in her 70s and 80s. Around the portrait are the inscriptions "Goodbye guys" and "Take care, have a good day."